go. I think this is starting to record. Right, this is a Python tutorial, and I'm going to use trinket. So you don't have to install like idle or other things to get the Python working. But if you're watching this on the internet, you must have the internet. So if you go and search for trinket or trinket.io, then you'll be able to follow along. I'm just trying to zoom in. And I said, yes, that's not what I'm trying to zoom into. Anyway, let's zoom back out. Right, so get yourself the trinket. You can make yourself a free account if you want to, but I think you don't have to. I think you can just start coding straight away. So let's do that. And what I'm going to do is make some turtles. And I've got an idea in my head that I'm going to make like turtles that can race. So that's going to be the video. So my trinket. Let's go to new trinket. So I've just clicked on my name up here. I don't know where you would click to make a new trinket. It'll be somewhere on here. I'm sure you can find it. Like make a new trinket. Maybe home. Let's click on there. Oh yeah, look, new trinket. That's what you're looking for. And then we're going to go to Python. In fact, I've already got a trinket open, I think. Yes, I've gone to like my trinkets where you can create folders and save your old apps and Python projects, things like that inside once you've made an account. Anyway, looking for this button, new trinket. I'm going to go to Python, not Python 3, not Pygame, but Python right at the top. I click that, and then it'll bring us to where we can do some coding. So first thing I'm going to do is actually make my font a little bit bigger, zoom in a little bit, and then let's rename it turtle video 1. So I don't know how long this video is going to be. Let's keep it to, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes, see how far we get, and then make another video after that, and so on, like a little series, a little mini Python turtle series. Okay, number 1, let's import turtle so that we can use the turtle module. And then we need to make a turtle. Let's call him, like not Bob, Edward. Edward equals, and then we want to access that module, the turtle module. So we write turtle. Now we can put dot turtle, capital letter, with brackets after it. So what that's doing is going into the turtle module and then asking for a turtle object. And we're going to store that turtle object in the Edward variable. So let's just comment this with put a turtle object in Edward. There we go. Or in the Edward variable. Okay, that's what we've done so far. Now let's have a look at our turtle. So if we give it, actually, can I see it if I just play? So to run your trinket, to run the code, you press the play button up here, and then it'll run in this window to the right. Okay, we're not getting anything yet. We're not getting anything. So can we maybe can we make Edward a different color? And let's just go for red, green, blue colors, so we can go green. So no red, 200 green, and no blue. Let's have a look. There he is. We've got, that's Edward. Now this is the classic shape, like a little arrow. If you wanted to change it to an actual turtle shape, we can say Edward, so get hold of our turtle object, dot shape, and then we can put in here, in quotes, it takes a string, and if we write turtle, it'll now be a turtle shape, or should be. There we go, I've run the code again. And we've got Edward. Now it looks more like Edward. It looks like a little turtle. Okay, things are working fine. So let's, I won't comment the code, that's pretty obvious. What if we wanted him pink? So in that case, we'd put a lot of red, no green this time, and then you add blue to the red to get pink. So we can go up to 255 maximum, and 0 would be the minimum for how much of each of the color elements you put in. So altogether you've got 256 colors for each of the color channels, red, green and blue. So all the red I can have, all the blue, combine those, and we get bright pink. Lovely. So if we wanted like quite a dark pink or a purple, maybe just 100 red, 100 blue, press play. Yes, and it's much darker now. Okay, it would also be nice to have this background colour, like the canvas or the screen, to be a different colour. So let's do that before we make our turtle. So we need a screen object so that we can access its properties. So let's just call that our world. Our world will be a new screen object. So again, I've used the turtle module and I'm accessing the screen function to go and generate myself a new screen object. Okay, if I'm getting a bit tired having to write turtle every time I want to access those functions, right at the start what I could do is say import turtle as t, and that means every time I write t, the code will understand me as writing turtle, so it just saves time. There we go. So every time I put t, it means turtle. I can do that with the as keyword in Python. Right, so if I just run that, everything's exactly the same. I haven't actually changed anything meaningfully in the code. I've just made my life easier. Right, so now I want my screen or world. So I've stored my screen object in the world variable. I want its color to be, what should we go for? Green, like grass. So 0, maybe quite dark green, 100, 0. Press play. Will we get a bug? Yes, we will. So the trinket compiler or environment is very good, like many other environments. It shows you where your bugs are, where your errors are. So line 9 has gone red, so that color didn't work, and I've got a message down the bottom which will help you work out what's going wrong. Screen object has no attribute color. Right, so my Edward, my turtle object, does have an attribute color. A screen object doesn't. It has a BG color, meaning background color. So if we try and run that again, this time it's worked. Okay, so that makes sense. Turtles do have a color property. Screens don't. They have a BG color for background color. Okay, so now we want our turtle brighter again, I think. Let's go kind of turquoisey. So no red, 222 green, 222 blue. And now we can see our turtle quite nicely. That's good. Okay, if you're wondering, can I change the size of your turtle? You can, but it's a little bit tricky, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave the turtle the size he is. Okay, so then we want to... So I'm imagining a turtle racing game or simulation. So I want my turtle to kind of move up to the top here, and then have another turtle, and then have them like run to the right-hand side, using some random maybe movement on their where their heading is, and also speed will be random, so it should be a little bit exciting to see which turtle wins. Okay, and it'd be nice to kind of draw up here like a finish line, so we could use the turtle object. Famously, they leave like little lines behind them when they move. So let's go and move Edward up to the top. So that's very simple. We write Edward to get hold of Edward, and then we're going to use the goTo function. So we've used the shape function and color function to change the appearance. We use a goTo function to change the location of Edward. And we want to go to maybe minus 100 on the x-axis. So at the moment, our turtle's at 0, 0, which is right in the middle of the screen. If we go to the right-hand side, x will increase. So over here is about 200. And if we go up and down, if we go up here is about 200. If we go down, this is like minus 200. If we go left, that's minus 200 on the x-axis. So if I go minus 100 on the x, and then I want to go maybe 100 upwards. Let's see what that looks like. Lovely. So it draws out a line up there and it moves Edward. Now, if I just want him to move without drawing a line, before I move Edward, let's just write pen up. So that changes the state of Edward so that he doesn't draw a line when he moves up there. That's perfect. That's what I want. So let's make a new turtle. let's have felicity. Felicity equals t, meaning turtle module. And I just want a new turtle, so I call the turtle function, like that. Let's just comment this. So that's screen appearance. I'll put those two lines together. Then this is turtle appearance. So here again we want felicity. We want your color to be, I don't know, red, bright red, 25500, bright red for felicity. And we want felicity to be shaped as a turtle as well. So felicity shape turtle, and we want, yes, felicity's pen to be up as well. And we want felicity to go somewhere like this as well. Let's copy and paste that. And I should copy and paste felicity's name. That would be better coding. Instead of writing out felicity every time, I might make a mistake. So if I just copy and paste, it's going to be less prone to errors. So we don't, right, if I do that, felicity is just going to be exactly where Edward is, and Edward's not very happy with that. So we want them to be in the same position on the x-axis, but we want felicity to be a bit lower. So maybe 20 lower. Let's try 80. That's just about right. And we've lined up our turtles. Oh, this is great. So now we want our turtles to kind of race ahead. What time? Oh, it's been about 10 minutes. Shall we stop there, or shall we go? Let's do a little bit more. Let's try and move our turtles forward. So let's just code this. So move turtles to start. Move turtles to start. And I'm noticing something happening here actually. I'm having to repeat my code. Edward pen up, felicity pen up, Edward go to that position, felicity go to that position. There's a lot of wasted code there, and what if I wanted 10 turtles? I'm going to have to write that out another 10 times. So when this kind of thing is starting to happen, like you're having to repeat your code, it's a good idea maybe to make a function. So let's do that. Let's write a function. So to write a function in Python, we write def, like to define the function, and let's call it setup, and that's going to move turtles to the start. And then we want inside here a turtle. I'm just going to call this parameter turt. So I want a turt, and then maybe what position on the y-axis. So I'll call that y pos. So my function will have two arguments that you pass into it. Which turtle do you want the function to operate on, and then where do you want to position this new turtle? And so at the end of the name of the function and the parameters, we put a colon and then a tab for the body of the function. So the function will be the lines that we put here that each have a tab or an indent. So we want our turt that's been passed in, the turtle that's been passed in. First we want to call pen up, so I can delete these now, and then I want that turtle to go to minus 100, so that's going to be exactly the same for all the turtles, and then notice the y position will change, so it's going to be 100, 80, 60, 40, etc. So what we'll just put in the y position. So now we can say Edward, no, we can say, actually we won't say anything. Let's just see what happens now. So we've made our function, let's just see what happens. So nothing happens except for we've got two turtles in exactly the same position at 0, 0. So all that's happened is we've created Edward, created Felicity, we've changed the colour of our screen, we've changed the appearance and colours of our turtles, and then we've got a function, but this function doesn't actually run until you call it, make it run. So to make a function run, you have to just write its name. There we go. So we couldn't just write setup either here, because Python doesn't know what setup means until you've written a definition of the function. So we can only call that function after the definition. And in fact, usually definitions of functions go at the top here. Okay, there we go. So usually we have like import, then maybe we make some variables, then we have our functions, and then we have like the game loop or the simulation loop or what's actually happening in our program at the end after that. So this makes sense. I'll put my functions up here, then I go and make my turtles, and then at the bottom, let's have now organize the race. Okay, so I know what's going on. Right, so now organize the race. So I want to call a setup, and then I want to pass in Edward, and I want to put him at 100. So let's just see if that works. Lovely. So it creates our two turtles, and then it goes and runs the setup function on Edward, and then I can set up Felicity, and I'll put you at 80. Brilliant, brilliant. One thing I'm just thinking now about my function is that I don't like the fact I'm having to work out in my head the Y position of each turtle. It'd be really nice if this function kind of kept track of how many turtles you're adding in and then just does the maths for me. So let's see if I can do that. So let's make a function called Y, or current Y, and that starts at 100. So what's going to happen is it's just going to put the turtle at the current Y position. After the function's done that, current Y, okay, let's just call this CY for current Y. Because I'm changing the variable name, let's make a comment so I know what that means. Current Y start position. There we go. So CY now equals CY minus 20. So next time this function runs, CY will be 20 less. So now when I pass Edward into the setup function, I don't need to put the Y position. Will this work? Let's run it. Okay, there's another bug. What is Python saying? Local variable CY reference before assignment on line 9. So on line 9, we are trying to use this variable CY, and there's a problem. The problem is this variable exists in global scope, meaning I've created it outside of all the functions, but here I'm using it inside of a function. So Python is expecting CY to be a local function, and I haven't even created CY inside the function, and I don't want to create it. I want to use this global function that's variable that's outside the function. So to do that, I just write the keyword global, and then do I write a colon and then CY? I've forgotten. I either write CY like that. Maybe it's that. Let's do it without. I've got like a message coming up. So let's see what happens now. Global CY. Press play. Oh, perfect. It's worked. So I've nowhere have I put in 80, but my function has calculated that. So if I put global CY, it's telling this function to go and look for the global variable. Don't think I'm talking about a local variable here. Lovely, so that's worked. It's been more than 15 minutes now, so I think we'll stop there. So we've got our turtles into start positions, and if I wanted to add more turtles, I can easily do it here, and I can easily put them in their start positions. Let's just do one more. Let's call him Martin. That's a brilliant name for a turtle. Martin equals t.turtle, We'll go and give him a new color and shape. Martin color. Let's just have him black. 0, 0, 0. And Martin shape turtle. So I know what you're thinking. I'm repeating some code here, so I could make another function. Maybe that's something you could do. Make a function that sorts out the shape and the color of your turtles as you're making them. And so now I can just run setup on Martin. Do we have 3 turtles? Wonderful. That's really, really pleasing. So next video, let's get these turtles racing and draw the racing track. Right, thank you very much for watching this video. Do put any comments or any suggestions or anything, and I'll try and sort that out. Goodbye. Save.